The final part, section 15 and section 15A, relief or remission. Okay, so next is another assumption, but we are focusing on this. General assumption, section 35, instrument relating exclusively to immovable property situated out of Malaysia. So it will be fully exempted. Just now, if you actually transfer from outside Malaysia to Malaysia, so it will subject to stamp duty. But if everything is done outside Malaysia, full exemption, fully exempted under section 35. So we also have another relief known as section 15 and section 15A relief. Section 15 relief is because of reconstruction or amalgamation of companies. That is the relief. While section 15A is a relief from stamp duty for transfer of property between associated companies. So again, this is theory only, but you still have to understand. So let's look at this amalgamation versus reconstruction. Amalgamation is also known as consolidation, which is an entirely new firm is created. Both the target and acquirer company will terminate their previous existence and become part of the new firm, which is A plus B is equal to a new company C or AB. It differs from merger, which is or absorption, which is when one firm, acquisition of one firm by another, because if merger, the target firm will cease to exist, only the acquiring company will actually remain, which is A. A plus B is equal to E. But amalgamation is a new firm is created. Both companies will be liquidated or terminated. While reconstruction can be internal or external reconstruction. Internal does not create a new company, but external restructuring method which creates a new company via liquidation. So which is one existing company goes into liquidation and a new company is formed to take over its business. So that is for external reconstruction. But for merger, only the one of the existing company remains and become a larger entity. So this is about the company. So we have this section 15 relief because of the reconstruction or amalgamation of companies. Section 15 provides this relief provided that the following conditions are met. Transferee company must be registered or incorporated in Malaysia or have increased its share capital with a view to acquiring the undertaking of existing company. Transferee company means the purchasing company. And then the second one, the company is acquiring the undertaking, whole or part of not less than 90% of the shares of another company. Consideration for the acquisition consists of not less than 90% of the issued share of the acquiring company. And the sale instrument must be executed within 12 months and statutory declaration is to be made by the following person to claim for the exemption. However, if you don't satisfy with the condition, the section 50 relief will be withdrawn. So it will be withdrawn if the claim of this exemption is based on untrue particulars. Means that you purchase but you are not purchasing at least 90% shares of the another company, for example. The existing company ceased to be beneficial owner of the shares in the transferee company within 3 years. So the relief will also be withdrawn. Or the transferee company ceased to be the beneficial owner of the shares in the existing company within 3 years. So it will be withdrawn. Each company shall notify the stamp duty office within 30 days from the occurrence of the non-compliance above. So on revocation of stamp duty relief, the tax collector shall recover from the transferee company the duty payable together with interest chargeable of 6% per annum. Before this, the stamp duty is being exempted, but because the relief has been withdrawn, they have to pay the stamp duty together with interest of 6%. Existing company is a target company of the seller or transferor. Transferee company is acquirer company or the buyer. While section 15A is for the associated companies. Okay, if the following conditions are met, so they can be given, okay, the stamp duty relief, being exempted. So the consideration or part of the consideration must not be formed, okay, from the non-associated companies. It must be between these associated companies only, okay, which is related to the number 2. And the transfer is to achieve greater efficiency in operation, and the transferee company is incorporated in Malaysia. So you must satisfy this condition, and we also have some other condition after this. So let's look at this. What is an associated company? When one company holds at least 90% of the issued share capital of the other, okay, so that is the direct one, at least 90%. Or a third company holds at least 90% of the shares of both the disposer and the acquirer companies. The ownership can be direct or indirect through other companies. So let's look at this example. We have company A, B and C. Company A purchased 60% shares in B and 75% shares in C, while company B purchased 35% shares in C. Company A has 96% ownership of company C because A is the beneficial owner of C based on the direct and indirect contribution. Direct is 75%, indirect is 60% times 35%. So total is 96%. So company C is the one who has to apply for section 15A exemption to show that the company is its at least 90% beneficial owner to satisfy the requirement of the associated company. Okay, so this is the continuation of the previous conditions. The beneficial interest of the property shall not have been previously transferred directly or indirectly by non-associated companies, which means everything must be done between the associated companies only. Okay, and then the transfer or transferee should not cease to be associated, okay, by reason of a change in the percentage of the issued share capital of the transferee in the transferor or the third company. And the statutory declaration is also has to be made by the following person to claim for the exemption. Okay, so not only company C but also, okay, the advocate and solicitor, okay, for the Peninsula Malaysia, and advocate of the High Court for the Sabah and Sarawak. So this is the withdrawal, okay, same if you not satisfy the condition, okay, so the relief would be withdrawn. Please aware on the, okay, criteria or circumstances when the relief would be withdrawn. Okay, and upon the withdrawal, each company shall notify the stamp duty office within 30 days from the occurrence of the non-compliance above. And on revocation of the stamp duty relief, the tax collector shall recover from the transferee company, okay, which is the buyer, and the duty payable together with the interest chargeable of 6% per annum. So I think that's all. Okay, so mostly is on the theory part. The computation part, okay, is, okay, more towards the computation of the stamp duty for the real property just now, which have the 4 bands.